So the Soundcore Boom 2 Plus is a very impressive speaker because it gets really loud and it has a ton of bass, all while being relatively small. The Soundcore Boom 2 Plus is so impressive, it actually does a great job of keeping up with the big boys like the JBL Boombox 3 and the Sony ULT Field 7, and it absolutely demolishes their smaller counterparts like the JBL Xtreme 3 and the Sony XG300. So today we're going to see exactly how the Soundcore Boom 2 Plus stacks up to both the JBL Xtreme 3 and the Sony XG300. Regarding pricing, the JBL Xtreme 3 retails for $380 and the Sony XG300 retails for $350. However, the XG300 likes to routinely go on sale for $200 and the JBL Xtreme 3 now likes to go on sale for $220 because the JBL Xtreme 4 is basically here, whereas the Soundcore Boom 2 Plus retails for $250. Nonetheless, if you want to pick any of these speakers up, they'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, pick up a big head approved hat, linked down below. We've got trucker hats and snapbacks. By buying a hat, you help the unbiased and unsponsored videos coming, and it also helps us cover more products and produce more versus videos. Thank you to everyone who's already bought a hat, and look out for more designs coming soon. And also, please remember to hit that like button and let's get subscribed. So first, there's the design of these speakers. Now, the Soundcore Boom 2 Plus is considerably larger than both the Xtreme 3 and XG300. However, taking the Boom 2 Plus on the go with you isn't as big of a hassle as you'd expect, because this speaker is relatively lightweight, weighing in at 8.3 pounds, whereas the Xtreme 3 weighs in at 4.3 pounds. But more importantly, both the Boom 2 Plus and Xtreme 3 have built-in shoulder straps, so taking these speakers on the go with you is very easy. However, the Xtreme 3 shoulder strap is a little bit more useful than the Boom 2's Plus because it has a built-in bottle opener. Also, when it comes to durability, both the JBL and Sony feel more premium than the Boom 2 Plus because they have a mostly fabric wrapped body, which is going to do a better job of standing up to constant abuse, whereas the Boom 2 Plus has a mostly plastic body. But regardless, all three of these speakers are waterproof, so if they get dropped in a pool or if a drink gets spilled on them, they're going to be perfectly fine. But the important thing here is both the JBL Xtreme 3 and Sony XG300 are good options to take on the go with you because they're small and light. But even though the Boom 2 Plus is noticeably larger than these other two speakers, taking it on the go with you isn't a big hassle either because it's relatively light and it has that shoulder strap. But then there's the light feature on these speakers. Now, the Soundcore Boom 2 Plus has a light feature tucked in its passive radiator, and I like this light feature because it's very bright and it's very dynamic, and through Soundcore's app you can go in and choose from a few different lighting modes, and you can customize this light feature as well. Now, the Sony XG300 also has a built-in light feature, but it's not as impressive as the Boom 2's Plus. So with the XG300, I don't use it with its light feature, and instead I just enjoy the improved battery life. However, if you do decide to use the light feature on the Boom 2 Plus, that is going to take its toll on the battery life. Now, when it comes to battery life, the Boom 2 Plus has an advertised battery life of 20 hours, which is very impressive. However, this advertised battery life of 20 hours is with this speaker playing at 50% volume and with the light feature turned on, but with the bass up feature turned off. Well used with the speaker playing at 80% volume and with the light feature turned on and with the bass up feature turned on, is going to be good for around 6 to 7 hours of playback time. And then there's the XG300, which has a similar thing going on. The speaker has an advertised battery life of 25 hours, but that's with the speaker playing at 50% volume, but with the light feature turned off, but with the mega bass feature turned on, which is good. And real well used with the speaker playing at 80% volume, with the light feature turned off, because personally I don't think that it's worth using, and with the mega bass feature on the speaker turned on, then it's going to be good for around 11 hours of playback time. And then there's the Xtreme 3, which has an advertised battery life of 15 hours, but real well used with the speaker playing at 80% volume is good for about 8 hours of playback time. So overall, if battery life is very important to you, then you might want to go with the Sony XG300 here. And when it comes to charging these speakers, they all charge via a USB-C port, which is great. However, with the USB-C port on both the Xtreme 3 and Boom 2 Plus, you can use them to charge your own devices, which is a feature that I really like. And with the USB-C port on the Xtreme 3, you can also use it as a wired connection. Now, you can't use the USB-C port on the XG300 to charge your own devices, but it does have a USB-A port, and so does the Xtreme 3. But I feel that being able to charge your own devices through your USB-C port is a lot more useful. But all of these speakers still have an audio jack, so you can use them with a wired connection that way. And I know that this sounds very basic, but I do have to point this out because audio jacks on smaller speakers are becoming less and less common. But when it comes to wireless connectivity, all of these speakers can be connected to two devices at the same time, so you and a friend can both be DJ. Latency is not an issue for any of these speakers, so you can use them to watch videos with on your phone. And when it comes to audio codecs, the Xtreme 3 only has support for SBC, whereas the Boom 2 Plus has support for SBC and AAC, and then there's the XG300, which has support for SBC, AAC, and LDAC, which is Sony's own in-house high-res audio codec. Just keep in mind that if you do want to take advantage of LDAC, you do have to be an Android user because iPhones top out at AAC. But with all that out of the way, let's talk about sound. Regarding speaker setups, all of these speakers have dual format firing woofers, dual format firing tweeters, and dual passive radiators that shoot out the sides. Except on the Boom 2 Plus, it's larger. Now, with all of these speakers, you can go into their apps and you can adjust their EQ to your liking. And like I mentioned earlier, all of these speakers charge via a USB-C port, which is great. However, with the Xtreme 3, if you use this speaker while it's plugged in, you are going to get a performance boost out of it. It's going to get louder and it's going to have more bass. Whereas that's not the case with these other two speakers. But now we're going to go ahead and jump into the sound test. All of these speakers are playing at 87% volume. They're all using their stock EQs, but bass up is turned on the Boom 2 Plus, and the XG300 has its mega bass feature turned on as well.
I can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask. Don't play pretend. You know you left me lonely. I could tell them the whole story. It may take a couple hours. I've got time. Let's get the chapter. How could I explain the situation? Man, it's so damn complicated. Where do I start? Where do I end? I should go back to bed. I'm going back to all the basics. Teaching myself now. How do we erase it? It's like learning a whole new language, and I'm afraid, too scared to face it. I just want consistent clarity, but all my thoughts destroying me. Some peace of mind is all I need. Get peace to all of my family. I can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask. Don't play pretend. You think you are everything I need, but I gotta leave. Trouble can't get through to me. It's not you, yeah, it's always me. I close my heart to you, you see it opens up for nobody. It's been so hard to fall asleep. The weather always makes my nose bleed. Makes my nose bleed. It's so hard to believe that one day I'll feel peace. I want control over my life. I want that driver's seat. Yeah, it's not you that I need. You push me down when I'm weak. You were never there for me. Go pick up your keys and leave. I can't go back to you, my friend. Can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask. Don't play pretend. Cause you think you are everything I need, but I gotta leave.
So when it comes to sound quality and performance, with the Soundcore Boom 2 Plus, you are going to get a lot more bass and it's going to get louder as well. However, when it comes to quality, the Boom 2 Plus leans towards a warmer sound signature, whereas the Xtreme 3 leans towards a brighter sound signature. But more importantly, both the Xtreme 3 and XG300 have better definition in the mids, and they also have better instrument separation. Also, the highs on the Xtreme 3 are a lot more pronounced than on the Boom 2 Plus, and sometimes the highs on the Boom 2 Plus can get a little distorted. Overall, yes, the JBL Xtreme 3 gives you better sound quality than the Boom 2 Plus. However, I feel the Boom 2 Plus sounds good enough for your outdoors party, and again, this speaker is going to get louder and it's going to have more bass than these two smaller speakers. But finally, let's talk about pairing these speakers up with other speakers. Now, with all of these speakers, if you have two of the exact same speakers, then you can wisely pair them together and get them to play in left and right stereo mode. But with the Soundcore Boom 2 Plus, since this speaker is using Partycast 2.0, you can pair it up to other Partycast 2.0 speakers like the Boom 2, and you can get them to play in sync, and you can have up to 100 speakers playing together. But then there's the JBL Xtreme 3, which is using Party Boost, and you can pair it up to other Party Boost speakers like either a JBL Boombox 3, a Boombox 2, an Xtreme 3, a Charge 5, a Pulse 5, a Pulse 4, a Flip 5, or to a Flip 6. And again, you can have up to 100 speakers playing together, and you can also connect your Party Boost speakers to upcoming Auracast speakers like either the Xtreme 4, Clip 5, or the Go 4. But then there's the Sony XG300, which is using Sony's Party Connect, and you can connect it up to other Party Connect speakers like either the ULT 7 and XG500, XG300, XE300, XE200, or to the XP43, XP33, or XP23. But the really cool thing about Sony's Party Connect is that you can connect your smaller speakers to any of Sony's larger box speakers that are also using Party Connect, like either the ULT Tower 10, XV900, XV800, XV500, or to the XP700 or XP500. And this is cool because you can't connect any of JBL's smaller Party Boost speakers to any of JBL's larger Party Box speakers. Nonetheless, I feel that all of these speakers have good speaker pairing protocols, but if you do plan on expanding your collection of speakers, then you might want to go with Sony because they have a lot more speakers to choose from that you can connect to one another. But with all that being said, the Soundcore Boom 2 Plus is a very impressive speaker that gives you a really big bang for your buck. The Soundcore Boom 2 Plus gets louder and has more bass than both the JBL Xtreme 3 and Sony XG300. The Boom 2 Plus also has an impressive looking light feature, and I like that you can use its USB-C port to charge your own devices. However, if you were to go with either the JBL Xtreme 3 or Sony XG300, you are going to get better sound quality and your speaker is going to feel more premium. However, if you're looking for something loud and durable for summer 2024 without having to break the bank, the Soundcore Boom 2 Plus is definitely a solid pickup. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.